Hey folks, welcome back to the channel.
Hello.
So, I am making a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything. So, I started off just, playing around and faffing.
Yeah.
And then it kind of progresses from there. So there's a few makes in this.
Yeah.
It's just a load of critters.
A load of critters.
Yeah. So I start off with the little tiny frog mould.
Yeah.
And I've got some Light Wish interference UV pigment, which is fabulous because you mix it with UV and it still cures absolutely fine. So I popped some in his legs, which it was a challenge, I'm not going to lie, because he's
tiny.
He's tiny. And then I kind of just I was just playing really. So I wanted to see if I just made sort of, I don't know, some kind of pattern.
Yeah.
That wasn't much of a pattern. But if I put it into the normal 2-part and then cure it, what would it look like?
Right. Okay. So what's in there already is 2-part.
So yeah.
And you're dripping in there UV.
So in the legs,
yeah.
I've put UV and I've cured them.
Yeah.
Then I've poured some 2-part epoxy into the body.
Yeah.
And then I've chucked in a whole
bunch of UV.
Load of UV, just to see how it cures, just to see what it does, because I don't know.
Fair enough.
I'm sure that if I was to root around in, like, say, Daniel Cooper's treasure trove of experiments, I'm sure he'll have done something like it or done it, but I don't remember. So I thought I'd just have a play. And then I wasn't convinced that it would be any good. So I got some of the Tiny Turner.
Yeah.
And I think this is the Starlight colour. It's either Starlight or Supernova. Or that looks like Supernova to me. So I just poured that on. I just burnished that on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I poured some black.
Yeah.
Just to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Just to see.
Just because you can.
Just because I can.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a sort of a plan to the video. I just kind of made a right mess. I made a right mess. Yeah, I totally overpoured. It's just such a tiny mould.
Yeah.
And then once I'd done him, I was like, right, let's have a play with the lizard. And we've got this little lizard. And I thought, I tell you what I was doing. I was having a little bit of a tidy up, and I found some, what's it called? Angel dust. Not angel dust, but angel. You'll see in a minute. Anyway, I wanted a blue, but I've only got like a really bright blue or a really dark blue, and I wanted one that was in the middle.
Yeah.
So I got one of these little pots because I have literally got hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And I don't use them anymore because
don't need them.
We've moved on.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, I'll just make my own colour. Yeah. So that's what I did. And I actually really liked it.
It's quite,
it's a really nice colour. Yeah. And then I was just brushing, I wanted to brush in the middle of the tail and his head.
And his feet.
Yeah. Yeah. But I wanted his belly nice and empty because I've got, I'm sure, angel hair it might be called.
Oh, I know what you mean.
You know the stuff I mean?
Yeah.
I got this. I got it absolutely ages and ages ago. And I think I've used it twice. But yeah, so
I think we've used it in
I've used it in jewellery.
Yeah, we've used it in a few makes that we haven't actually recorded.
Yeah. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna pop some in. Now, I know that it's recommended that you get a heat gun or an iron on it.
Really?
Yeah, but
To do what? Shrink it?
to sort of to make it meld together.
Oh, so a bit like the paper.
Yeah, but I've done that and I don't like how it goes. So I thought to myself, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to shove it all in.
Whack it in and see what happens.
I'm going to whack it in and see what happens.
Okay.
So there's a dark blue, and then this is like a lilac-y blue.
That's a nice colour.
It's an absolutely beautiful colour.
Yeah.
But there's we've got a few moulds that take quite a lot of resin.
Yeah.
And because I'm such a tight-fisted person.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Yeah.
What I don't want to do is use sort of 400-500 grams of resin and find that actually I don't like the effect.
Yeah.
So my plan was to use
a little mould.
Use my little critter moulds, because these always sell really well at the market. So and I thought I'll just try a couple of different techniques and effects and see whether or not I like it.
Yeah. So that resin's cured and you're burnishing on that.
So the resin is fully cured.
Yeah. And
now this is Supernova, which is very similar to the Starlight from Tiny Turner, but it's a bit more fiery orange.
Yeah.
Now
just going around the edge there is that the one you made?
Yeah, that's the blue that I made, and I was just sort of going around the sides.
Okay.
Because I just wanted I just wanted it to give like a flash, or see if it gave a flash. I mean, it might not. I don't know.
Who knows?
I know. Now, this one, I got my little teeny tiny skull.
Yeah.
And I saw this on Pouring Your Heart Out. And I thought, I love that technique. I absolutely loved it. So I thought I'm going to give it a go with a little one and see whether or not I am competent enough to
do the big one.
To do a bigger one. Because the little mould takes, I think it takes 30.
It doesn't take a lot.
It takes like 30 mils.
Yeah.
But the big one's 270 mils. So me being the tight-fisted so-and-so that I am, I thought, well, let me do this.
We'll do the little one.
We'll do the little one. Yeah.
So this is going for like a steampunky.
Yeah, I've never ever done anything steampunk.
No, I don't think I have.
We've never done anything steampunk.
No.
And I bought these little cogs quite a while ago off of Temu, and they've just sat there, and I've kind of never thought they would work.
Yeah.
So when I saw this, I mean, obviously, Pouring Your Heart Out, Julie Cut, she did it in a much bigger skull, and
it's probably like a life-size skull. I don't think she does anything in a little mould.
I don't think it was life-size, but it was a proper full-size, the full-size skull, and it looked so effective, and I thought, wow, I really like that. So I thought, I'm going to do a little one, because...
So it was literally just UV those cogs onto the side of the skull, and then just put
and then just pour black resin in, which I really liked.
Yeah.
So then I got this little... Now Let's Resin do a snail mould, and I've been looking at it. It's on my little list of... I can do things with that. So I thought, right, let's take my little teeny tiny one and see how that works out.
Pour it into a completely different mould.
Pour it into a completely different mould, yeah. Whilst I was doing the snail, I remembered I had a little baby turtle, and I thought, I'm going to do something with that turtle that requires some clear in it. So I poured the clear in, and then I poured the clear into the...
And then just dribbled it over the...
Yeah, because those pots, they don't pour greatly.
I think they do. I think it's.
You think it's just me?
I think it's just you.
And then, whilst I was in the mood for some micering, I got the octopus mould, which I was mortified at because you had it last and you broke it.
I had it.
You did the hairspray effect.
Oh.
And unfortunately, it actually ruined our mould, but I didn't know this until after this.
Yeah, we got another one now, so it's fine.
We've got another 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this one, I poured in clear, and I think that was dark matter that I poured on. No, that was starlight that I poured onto the bottom of his body.
No, it was Eclipse.
It was Eclipse, was it?
Yeah.
So I poured Eclipse. I put Eclipse on it, and then I wanted gold legs. I was very much for reasons unknown, I was in a very blue and gold mood today.
Okay.
So a lot of this
is blue and gold.
It's blue and gold.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just those were the colours that sung to me.
Those are the ones that spoke to you.
They spoke to me when I sat at my desk. I was like, "What colours?"
And those literally just jumped out.
They went, "Woohoo!"
Yeah,
just like that. And I was okay. I'll go with those.
Yeah.
So, and then again, it's just a black onto the back.
Mm.
So.
Yeah. And then just pouring it in.
Just pouring it in.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, let me explain what happened here. I was watching a video at the same time because, so at my desk, above my desk, I've got 2 monitors hooked up to my computer, and I was watching something whilst I was pouring this, and it was absolutely mesmerising, and it resulted in a bit of an overpour because I completely forgot that I was pouring.
So, I know. And then all of a sudden you went, it was all nice and quiet, and then all of a sudden you were like, oh no.
Yeah, I was mesmerised by a video. I was fascinated by it, and I completely forgot that I had a cup of resin and was pouring. I was completely, I was caught unawares. So, yeah, oops, big oops. But on the bright side,
yeah,
I got nothing. No, I got nothing. There's no bright side.
No.
It's just it happened. Let's move along. So, I then took the snail. Now the snail has got some clear in it.
Yeah.
And I put some galaxy.
Okay.
At the bottom.
And then gold around the edge.
And gold around the edge. Now I've got a couple of different golds. I've got antique gold, Midas gold. That's a brushed copper.
Yeah.
So with the turtle, I put brushed copper in his feet and his fins.
Yeah.
And I put some stardust on his shell.
Yeah.
And then a bit of black.
Okay.
And then I was a bit stingy when I filled up the skull, so I topped that one up.
Topped up the skull as well.
Topped up the skull.
Okay.
And a little squidge of isopropyl.
Yeah.
I can't I can't say it.
Isopropyl.
What is happening to me? Isopropyl.
Now here's a mould that we haven't seen yet.
Now,
what happened here?
What happened here was, I was telling you about the video that I was watching that was fascinating.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing. I forgot to press record. I thought I was recording, but it turns out I wasn't. And as it happens, in the mould itself is resin.
Yeah.
With a little tiny bit of interference powder.
Okay.
And then I thought, well, what happens if you brush the gold on, or is that gold or is that copper?
That's the brushed copper.
That's the brush. I thought, what happens if I brush that on the bottom of the dragon?
Okay.
What does it look like?
Well, it would look
because I know what the interference stuff looks like, but
right. Okay. So what the interference will look like with a copper background?
Yeah. So with a copper to give it like a bit of a
coppery effect,
a flash. and then the black to give you the deep copper. I was curious. Now that's quite a difficult mould.
Yeah.
Because it's a matte mould, rather than a nice shiny one.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, we'll just see.
Oh, I mean, while you're winging it, you might as well.
I completely was winging it, and then I thought, well, you know what? We'll put it out there.
Yeah.
Someone might like it. Someone might not. We'll see.
Yeah, we shall.
So now to the mass demoulding.
Yeah.
So this is the lizard man.
This is the one with the.
So this has got the angel hair in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a really cute little mould. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I was so happy with him. I thought he was quite cool.
Well, if we could see it, yeah.
Oh shit! I thought he was quite cool.
That is a cool effect. I
quite liked it.
Yeah.
Because you've got the sort of the shimmer of the angel hair, but you've also got that flash of the supernova.
Yeah.
So yeah, I quite liked him. Yeah, he gets some eyes and a mouth.
But not that we can see.
No, well, I was fascinated with it. But there you go. It's quite cool, isn't it?
That is really cool. I really like that effect.
Yeah, I was very.
It helps that it's like a domed back.
Yeah, because you get like a magnified.
Yeah.
Sort of. I thought it was quite cool. So I'm going to do that again, but on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Now this is the little baby frog that I put the UV into.
Yeah, it's a matte mould.
It's a matte mould, so it's really difficult to sort of see. I mean, you can see the flash, but it kind of needs to be.
Could you not do a top coat in UV and then
I do
make a mould of it?
I do. Oh, make a mould of it?
Yeah.
I suppose I could.
And then you've got a shiny mould then.
Yeah, I could do, but.
So this is the skull.
This is the skull.
Steampunk skull.
Yeah, I really like this. I'm definitely going to do a big skull in this because I thought it was really cool.
Bit of overpour.
Yeah. These things happen.
They do when you're not concentrating.
I was mostly concentrating. But yeah, I think it's quite effective.
No, it's really good. I was quite pleased with that. I think I'd quite like to do something steampunky now. Well,
we've got a steampunk theme coming up.
Ooh.
So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I quite like that.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I
thought he looked quite cool.
Yeah.
I was very pleased with my baby skull. Then I thought, let's do the snail.
Yeah.
Now, this mould, I think the edging of it, if you can see, it's got a little bit of a
tear in it.
Yeah. So I mean, it was only a pound mould from Temu, so I'm not crying over it.
Not overly precious about it.
No, not at all. But it was quite difficult to get started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's got much life left into it.
No.
And do you know, I actually quite liked it in a weird sort of.
Is that just really full of bubbles, or is that the shell?
That's the shell. It's got a little bit of interference in it. So
it just looks very cloudy, that's all.
Yeah, I wanted it cloudy.
Okay.
That's by design. It's my artistic. It was my artistic thingy going on. But yeah, I quite liked it.
Yeah.
I wasn't, I was like, it's all right.
Right, baby turtle.
I love this mould. I'm going to get another one of these moulds because I absolutely love it. I've just got a thing about turtles at the moment.
That's all right.
But
so this is the copper.
This is the copper.
Yeah.
With the supernova starlight, rather.
Yeah.
In the shell. So
that's cool.
Yeah. I think he's got a few bubbles in there, but I didn't put the resin through a debubbler or anything. And actually, I quite like the bubbles in it, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
It gives it a bit of.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but no, I quite liked him. No. Ooh, decisions.
Oh, dragon.
Yeah, I went with the dragon. I went with the dragon because I thought the octopus was going to be the nicest, but turns out somebody ruined the mould, so
Who was that?
that was you. That was you. He's now got his own. He's not allowed to use mine. Now, this was a mould that we got from BB Craft, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it sat, we had two, and they sat on our desks for a while, being the
any overpour,
yeah,
over makes and that.
Yeah, when you know, like when you make something and you've got like 3 mils left in your cup.
So I like the gold on there. I'm not too sure about the white bit on the top.
That's the interference powder.
I don't. You can't really see it from there. I don't know whether is that because it's a matte mold.
I think it's because it's a matte mold, but that one I might well dunk and turn into a shiny.
Yeah.
But because I really like that mold, I think it's quite pretty, and it doesn't take much in terms of resin at all.
What, but, the dragon? No,
it hardly takes anything.
It took you forever.
Oh, do you think I could get this head off? It was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. And he was full of bubbles. He was a little bubble central. He was.
So you can see on the tentacles there, that's where I did the hairspray thing. Yeah.
So I was like, really? Yeah. It's the mould's wrecked. So that is now an aquacast mould. So, yeah. So the next time I do that particular mould, it will be an aquacast one.
Yeah.
And luckily, I've got 2 new ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I quite liked I really liked that skull.
Yeah.
I really liked the lizard. And I really like the turtle.
Yeah, the turtle's cool.
But I actually really like the dragon as well. I liked them all.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the octopus. Because,
Because I wrecked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
And then here's the glamour shots.
So if you're still with us at this point, thank you so much for sticking with us.
Yep.
And if you like our creative sort of chaos, feel free to hit that like button.
And while you're down there, give the subscribe a tickle if you haven't already. And if you have,
thank you very much. And hopefully we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.